Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel God, Angels and Universe. Today I have a short story and please listen to that carefully. With a pen and paper, you can sit down, write down the answers to the questions that we discussed regarding past tense, synonyms, antonyms, and vocabulary. So the story is about food. We are we are all lucky that we get food, timely and also nutritious food. But there are a lot of people starving, isn't it? So here's a story about a king who was deeply pained by the behavior of his ministers and courtiers. Whenever there was a banquet at the palace, he noticed that none of the nobles or aristocrats gathered there on the occasion ever paused for a moment to offer prayer to the god before eating their meals. So the king decided to teach them a lesson. He announced that a great feast would be held at the palace for all the beggars and destitutes in his kingdom. Hundreds of them arrived at the palace on the appointed day. Some of them were unwashed, stinking, and some of them were in rags. When the delicious food was set before them, they simply pounced on it. They pushed each other aside, grabbed whatever they wanted, and ate as much as they could, helped themselves to more food which they could take away, and ignored the king, who looked on from the terrace. The ministers and courtiers who had been invited to be present on the occasion expressed their utter disgust at such an act. Something seems to be troubling you, observed the king mildly and spoke to his nobles. Oh, sir, they complained volubly. We are shocked at the ingratitude of these savage men. Not a word of gratitude they have given to their king who has set such a feast before them. So the king replied, Well, do you think you all are any different? Every day, the King of Kings, that is God, sets before us such a delicious feast. How many of us pause to thank the Lord who is the provider of all food? Are we any better than these people whom you have called savages? And then the nobles hung their heads in shame. Okay, now that you have listened to the story, it's time to find out the answers from the passage. Please write down the answers on a piece of paper. So first of all, I want you to tell me the past tense of the word hang. Next is the antonym of civilized from the passage. And then find out the synonym of strong dislike. After that, synonym of upper class people or the noblemen. And then I want you to give me the answers in one word. To speak with confidence or enthusiasm. So which is the word that describes from the passage? And then I want you to tell me the word for people who are without the basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter in one word. Okay. So if you have written down the answers, let me discuss that. You can compare it and see how many answers are correct. So the past tense of hang is hung. Antonym of civilized is savage. Synonym of strong dislike is utter disgust. Synonym of upper class people or noblemen is aristocrat. Volubly is the word which means to speak with confidence and enthusiasm. Destitutes are the people without the basic needs like food, clothing, and shelter. So I hope the information was useful. You got some vocabulary. And thank you very much for watching this video. May God bless everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.